So referees for this evening's game, Elliot Green, Ian Knight and David Farmers are refereeing Troika. Not a bad crowd in attendance tonight here at the Doing Entertainment Centre. And whoop, as both teams just faked the jump, or Elliot Green decided to fake both of them out, but we're underway. Ballarat control it to the left of your screen, and Sam Short, the Melbourne United player, takes control here in the first possession. Now to King Davis. Looking at his options, can't go. Hooley decides to drive over Musunda, and ball goes out of court, or it could be a foul.
It's good to see the class, the amount of classy players in this league here. As Peter Hooley plays NBL for Melbourne United, as does Sam Short, and for Hobart we've got Craig Moller, who was playing for the Melbourne United team then, and then Nick Posaglu was playing for Perth Wildcats. So 4 NBL players, and we've got the imports that are really good players as well. So the standard of this game is going to be fantastic.
As Peter Hooley makes 1 of 2.
He's a very good player, Peter Hooley, a great defensive player as well. So he's a stopper, and I think that's why he's so respected on the court with his teammates.
So Trey Nichols with the ball. Goes inside to Moller. Moller with the turnaround jumper. Doesn't go. Good rebound there by Fox. And then now to King Davis inside. That was King Davis, sorry. I'm just getting the two slightly muddled up. So apologies there, but Hobart get the ball back. And
I think with Coach Dean Vickman coming down from Melbourne to watch this game, I'm sure Peter Hooley, Sam Short and Craig Moller will be trying to impress him to get more minutes in the upcoming NBL season. So hopefully those 3 will fire in this game.
So Nichols with a tough shot and gets it to go. Great shot by Trey Nichols.
Classy player, fantastic player all year for the Hobart Chargers, and great with the Hobart people as well.
So King Davis, nice spin move, but couldn't get that to go. Rebound by Sack White. And now the Chargers are up and running here. Now Musunda putting some moves on Hooley. Beautiful reverse layup by Terry Musunda.
One of the quickest players in the SEABL league back then, and NBL 1 now. Fantastic. Can go left or right. And can shoot inside and out.
And looked like ball went out of court or foot on the line, and Hobart get it back. So Musunda going to bring the ball up. Stewie barking out some instructions there from the sidelines. A couple minutes in this first quarter. A Flashback Friday game for this week here. So Musunda now calling his play. Gets double team. Moller from the free throw. Again flat on that one. And Usher with the rebound.
And I'm sure as the game goes on long further and Moller gets warmed up, he'll start hitting those shots.
And nice layup there by Josh Fox.
Looks like there's a good crowd in as well.
Yeah, nice little handy crowd here on a Friday night as well too. Nichols puts it up, can't get it to go long there. Rebound by King Davis. Now Sam Short goes, nice pass into, that was Josh Fox, and gets it to go. He'll go to line for 1.
That's a great start by Ballarat early on. I'm not sure if Anthony Stewart will allow this to continue on too much longer before he calls a timeout. So Ballarat are really playing great teamwork, and Hobart have just missed a couple of shots that they normally would make.
So Josh Fox at the line here for 1. Yes, it's a good size crowd there, as you say, Glenn, and as Fox gets that one to go. So,
and as the season went along, obviously the Hobart crowd built up massively. It was the biggest, they had the biggest crowds in the league. So, it's a credit to the Hobart Chargers fans, and also to the committee and president, etc., who really promoted the game of basketball in Hobart.
Absolutely. Nathan Cooper-Brown, the coach of Ballarat there, just giving Peter Hooley some instructions on this next offensive phase here for the Miners. Now Marvin King Davis puts it up and gets it to go. Great move there.
And I don't think Anthony Stewart will be really happy with the defence that Hobart are playing at the moment. And I think they just need to help each other a bit more and work out who the threats are and just come across and just give each other a bit of a hand.
It's actually Davon Usher that made the layup there. Apologies again, folks. Now Nichols with some moves on short. Good pass inside, but Zach White couldn't reel that one in.
He's a very good player, offensive player especially. I think his offense really, you don't hear much about Trey Nichols' defense because he's so potent in offense, but he's got the moves. He can shoot inside, outside, he can take it to the hole. And he's only a little fella, but he doesn't need much room and he can knock them down.
Shot clock at 10 here for the Chargers as the ball gets moved around. Masunda ins a beautiful pass to Zach White for the two-hand jam.
Fantastic pass inside there, so good vision for Hobart. And Hobart are really applying some pressure defence down the court.
Good transition play here, and whistle goes off in the background.
And I think that was on Moller, I'd say.
Yeah, Moller. So Sam Short looks like he's coming off for a rest. And Nick Posgul is coming in.
So that's a pretty good replacement when you take an NBL player out of the game and bring another NBL player back into the game at this level. So it's great to see Nick Posgul coming on the court. And Sam Short really has improved his game. I think with Ballarat he was able to further develop his game, ready for the minutes that he receives in NBL. So it's really good that Ballarat are allowing him to become a focus in the offensive end, but he's just such a good team player, and that's what makes him such a valuable player at Melbourne United.
And Josh Fox makes the free throw there, so hope to get the score update for you soon. If that camera does pan down, we'll make sure we keep an eye on it. Masunda again with some moves, shot a good deep foul to call on Josh Fox. He thought he played good defence, but not according to Ian Knight.
Terry Masunda looked like he just sort of lost his footing there, but he was lucky that the referee did see the foul. Terry would have, had he controlled the ball, he very rarely loses control of the ball. He's got very good skills, but had he maintained that, kept the ball, he would have gone past his opponent anyway. So there's another nice pass inside. Great
play by the Chargers as White can't get that one to go, a bit too much off glass, but the Chargers do get it back. Last touch by the Miners.
That's good teamwork from Hobart, making that extra pass. Although that shot didn't go in, that was a really good team play that they did back there. There's Moller. A lot of pressure on him now. So great defence from Ballarat.
Yeah, they're putting on some good intensity here as BJ Radcliffe pulls up for the jumper and gets it to go. Nice work by BJ Radcliffe. And a bit of a tangle there between, it looked like that was Moller and I'm not sure if that it was either between Fox, Usher or King Davis. One or the other there.
They're all big fellas. I'd just be making up and saying sorry if I was one of them.
Yes. we wouldn't want to get in the way of them, Glenn, that's for sure. As Posglu comes down the floor here now. Now back the ball back with Hooley. And Hooley again goes over Moller. You know Moller's going pretty well. Now Moller coming up the floor here, off to Nichols. Oh, the up and under, can't get that to go. And the Miners are coming back down the floor, back through Posglu again. Now Hooley. And this time he gets it to go. No?
There must have been an offensive foul.
Let's have a look and see what the call is.
Block.
Yeah, it's a legal screen. Good pick up there, Glenn. So they wave off that basket.
And for Ballarat, that was actually not a bad play. You know, had that not been called, it was a perfect screen to allow Peter Hooley to get an easy basket, an easy drive to the basket. So unlucky for Ballarat, but good refereeing to see the moving screen.
So Chargers look to get a response here. Masunda goes all the way. Can't get that to go. Fox with the rebound. Now the ball with Hooley once again. Hooley this time. Can't get it to go. Moller. He's getting very double team like no tomorrow here. And foul called on Nick Posglu.
Very good pressure again there. You know, really made Craig Moller work, and unfortunately Posglu felt himself a bit unlucky because they did such a good job defensively, but you've got to keep your hands out, especially when the referee's 2 metres away from you.
Sam Yule's coming into the game, and looks like Terry Masunda's going to have a rest.
And Sam Yule's another very quick guard, can shoot the ball from outside. Silver medalist at the Australian
under 20.
Yeah, Australian under 20 junior titles and losing to Victoria in overtime, so he's got a lot of experience to offer, and to be able to give Terry Masunda a bit of a break.
And turnover here by the Chargers. Zach White is clear for takeoff. Oh, yes, sir. Great dunk by Zach White.
And he's such a good all-round player, isn't he, Zach White? You know, he can play any sort of position, but he's just missed the consistency, I think.
Certainly, he's been around with the Chargers for quite some time now, so absolutely fantastic to see him stick around. Pozoglu for three, can't get that to go. It'll be Ratcliffe nearly pulled in the rebound, but Hooley there to swipe it away. Usher, well, one with Nichols. Going inside, oh, nice bounce pass into King Davis there for the two.
And I think with Zach White, he's a bit like the Luke Longley of the team. He could score more points, he could have more shots, but like, you know, he's got such a team-oriented game as Craig Moller hits a big three-point shot. Nice pass from Trey Nichols. But yeah, Zach White, yeah, he's such a valuable team member, and he's a really nice guy, and like, you know, it's great that Hobart has stuck with him because he brings so much to their team.
So Pozoglu for three, and he gets the response back down the other end.
Looks like there's another shootout here, Ronnie. It's good to see.
That's what we like. We're randomly picking these games too, so there are certain things I remember from this game back in 2018, but not everything. Moller for another three, not there, as King Davis with the rebound. So ball going down inside here to Fox. Fox working his way through. Now Hooley gets that first step on Newell, and good option for Peter Hooley as he gets that one to go.
That's a great drive, Peter Hooley. He's his experience, and he's really good on his left hand as well, so definitely a hard player to stop. So Hobart really need to put the brakes on defensively. I think Hobart have got all the scoring power. You know, the scoring power is just as good as any team in the league, if not better. However, they've got to stop the other teams at the defensive end if they want to get a victory in this one.
So Hooley to complete the three-point play, and that gets a friendly roll there for the three-point play. So Nichols to bring it up. Sam Short back into the game now here for the Miners.
That's a good defensive matchup for Sam Short to be on Trey Nichols. He'll make Trey Nichols work it really hard for every point he gets in this game.
So Nichols tries to go baseline, has to pull up, but whistle on the play, so this will be on Sam Short. Team fouls, as referee Dave Farmers indicates, so two shots for Trey Nichols.
And I think that's why Sam Short was a little bit upset with himself, the fact that he played good D and then they're in foul trouble, so he didn't want to commit a foul, but he just wanted to make it as hard as possible for Trey Nichols to...
So Nichols Nichols at the line, and it's the first one to go.
And Trey Nichols really lit it up in 2018. What a fantastic season he had.
He certainly did. He was one of the stars for us in that championship year. And always good to recall his games a couple of years on. Now, meanwhile, Pozoglu. Oh, beautiful move, and gets that to go. Nice turnaround, little baby hook there.
That's very classy, isn't it? Like, you know, you can see that he spent, like, it pays off so much for him spending time in the NBL programs as well. So we've got Geordie Hargraves.
Yep, Hargraves is
court, but he just threw it out of bounds, I think. So.
Yeah, he had the right intention going to Trey Nichols there on that corner, but again, just a bit too much pace on that pass there, and unfortunately couldn't get that one to stick. So Ballarat with it now as they work their way through. So we're probably halfway through the first quarter in the moment as Peter Hooley goes for three, and it's nothing but net. Great shot by Peter Hooley.
And I think on that situation there, the defence have got to work out whether they're going to switch or not. So Peter Hooley was left wide open there, and something that Anthony Stewart would not have been happy about.
Nichols couldn't make it to go down the other end. Pozoglu, now Hooley. Now to Ross Waitman, who's also checked into the game for the first time. King Davis puts it up. Can't get it to go. And White was able to reel that one in. Now Nichols off and running here for the Chargers. As they look to get a quick score here. The Moll will back down short. Hargrave, extra pass to Ewell, and then the Nichols, but they cough that one up. Play continues on. Hooley looks for a foul. Referees weren't buying it. Ball inside to King Davis, and he got fouled that time, and we'll go to the line for two.
Well, Ballarat have really started off this game strongly. All players have. Peter Hooley's been probably the best of the Ballarat Miners team thus far, as Hobart are going to make some subs, and I think Anthony Stewart is probably not happy with some of the turnovers that we've got here and the defensive lapses at this stage.
And of course they're down by 7, 22-15 there, Glenn, was the score check there.
And I think the good thing with Hobart is that 7 points isn't that much for them. I think, it's good for Anthony Stewart just to have a time out, get into him a little bit and say, hey, we can do better than this. And, it's a defensive end that Anthony Stewart will want Hobart to pick up on, and also to take care of the ball as well. So who knows, they've got scorers, but if they can't take care of the ball or play defence, they're going to be down, and that's why they're down by 7 points at the moment.
And of course for Ballarat, Nathan Cooper-Brown must be very happy with his troops at the moment. They've come out really aggressive from the start, very aggressive on their offensive end, trying to get to the basket with that middle penetration, side penetration, but then too they're kind of double teaming at times on their defensive end, and really that intensity has been paying off on the offensive end.
Yeah, their defence has been great thus far, and I'm not sure what the rebound count is, but it seems like they're controlling the boards as well. Although Zach White has got a few good boards thus far for Hobart, so he just needs a bit more help. So Ballarat have really started off in a blaze of glory. Whether they're able to maintain this for 4 quarters is a different matter, as we've got Jack Stanwick's coming into the game, or Geordie Hargrave, and I think Matty Young's just come in as well.
Let's see, so Zach White, Craig Moller, Callum Barker. Callum Barker. He's wearing Lockie Boucher's singlet. Callum Barker came in late here as he came back from college. So he was looking for some game time while back down here, I believe.
He's a very talented, 6'8", 6'9", I think.
Yeah, tall lad.
Really nice young bloke, and I think he's got a big future ahead of him.
Certainly had the pleasure of coaching him back in his junior days, and was he was the tallest player on the court, and was one of the more dominant kids, and still is today. So foul on the play here, don't be on Wakeman. As Moller tried to attack that one inside. Yes, good to see Jack Stanwick's on the floor as well too. He certainly played a pivotal role coming off the bench back in 2018 for the Chargers.
And his game just continues to develop. I think back then it's great that he would have only been 17. I think at this stage,
I think maybe. So. Yeah, 17.
A lot of talent. As I probably said before, his dad and his 2 uncles are in NBL players. His dad was in the Australian juniors teams at Institute, as was his uncle Darren. So Jack has a bit of all their skills, all the Stanwick skills. He's a fantastic ball handler, like his uncle Warren was. He can shoot outside from miles out. He can rebound. He can play D. He can sort of just do everything. I think it's just a matter of whether he grows and keeps loving the game as much as what all his dad and his uncles did, because I think he's got a massive future ahead of him, and I'd like to see and hope that Jack makes NBL one day.
Yes, absolutely. Turnover by the Miners. 18, Jack was back at 2018. I just quickly checked his date of birth in the SEABL media guide. So 18, now he is a young 20-year-old, and we're expecting big things from him when he turns 21 next year. But meanwhile, back in 2018, Trey Nichols with a 3-pointer.
And I think, as we talked about with the Hobart Chargers, when this sort of...
nice play there by Josh Fox with the tip-in.
I think it was 2017 when Hobart, they put their 3-year plan in to try and get an NBL team. So players such as Jack Stanwick's, Liam Smith, who's another...
Craig Moller from downtown Glen, as I'll just cut you off there. What a shot by Craig Moller. He's hit 2 threes already in this quarter.
I was just saying that Jack Stanwick's he's at the perfect age and gaining lots of experience in SEABL and then NBL 1 to really have a crack at getting a spot on the roster when Tasmania get that NBL team in.
Sam Short makes the 2 there, and I did owe your comments there, Glenn, in regards to Stanwick's and the NBL. I think line up perfectly. Meanwhile, Nichols can't get that one to roll. So Short, now Pozoglu. Back over to, look like I just couldn't pick up who that was there. Might have been Hooley. But quarter time anyway, Glenn, it sees Ballarat up by 4, 27-23.
So Hobart got the 3 points back, but I just think that after that timeout, they probably did play a little bit better. So Hobart got a lot of work to do, and I think they've really got to get used to this defensive pressure that Ballarat have put in place thus far, because it's really worked for Ballarat.
So second quarter underway, and Hobart have got control of the possession arrow here to kick us off. So Nichols, we got Nichols, Moller, Barker, Stanwicks and White on the floor for Hobart. Meanwhile, Ballarat has Hooley, Short, Pozaglu, King Davis and Josh Fox.
They're both very tough teams, aren't they? Like, you know, when they sub, they're not really losing anything. So great. Ballarat actually going really deep as to Hobart. So it's just good to see these fringe players in the NBL really exploding in these sort of games. So I'm hoping Craig Moller really takes off in this.
And on cue there, Glenn, he gets it to go. Usher's actually on the floor here for the Miners. So, and on cue, he'll give me an offensive foul. No, blocking foul. So, blocking foul called on Moller.
Looked like pretty good defence from here. However, like, you know, the referees are closer, so, you know, you've got to give the referee the benefit of the doubt, and they've ref really well thus far. So, Craig Moller didn't complain about the call. Anthony Stewart's got his hands on his hips, wasn't sure. But,
we know that look, Glenn.
That's nothing unusual, I should say.
No, we know Stewie very well. We know Stewie quite well. So
as long as that call's made at both ends.
Oh,
No coach minds that.
That's right. Absolutely, I 100% agree with you there. But being a former SEABL ref, that's you know, when you're doing these things live as a human, it is tough.
Oh, it's very tough.
It's tough.
It's the toughest call, I think, charge, you know, to determine. It's you know, no one's going to be happy.
That's right.
Well, not everyone's going to be happy.
You can't please everyone, Glenn. As Usher with the ball now works his way through, and he loses control, and it was a travel. Good pick up, Glenn, as Pozaglu knocks down a long-range three, but that won't count, and the Chargers will get the ball back here.
So I think Hobart have been instructed to pick up their defence, and that was a classic example of what Anthony Stewart would be expecting his troops to continue to do as the game goes on.
So Nichols coming up the floor here now for the Chargers. Cold Friday night here too at the DEC, but everyone keeping warm as Nichols. Joyce Frodo won to David Bartlett in the President's box, and
I think it went over David's head too.
I think so. that went way back there at the stands of the deck. Meanwhile, Sam Short, now nice wraparound pass into Fox, and great body control to finish that one off, Glenn.
That was a tough shot. Great defence and a really tough shot to finish that in a nice 2 points.
So Nichols, now Moller. Now Sack White. Stanwicks thinking about pulling the trigger here. No, goes, loose the handle. Somehow it's to Barker. Oh, and then a miraculous play pays off to White for the two.
Great vision there from Callum Barker just to see Zach White cutting back door. So good teamwork from Hobart.
So Pozaglu makes his way through. Tough runner. Josh Fox throws that one down if you don't mind. But I think Pozaglu will go to the line for two.
Yes, Ballarat seem to have so many offensive threats, so everyone on the court can score. Sam Short's probably the only one that really doesn't shoot the ball that much. He's such a good team player, and he runs the point guard, but any player they've got on the court can, you know, score points quickly.
So Nick Pozaglu misses the first. Looks like Jacob Richards there getting ready to come in as well too. I can see him taking off the warm-up top.
Another good up-and-coming Hobart player.
Yes, so here he comes now. He's going to bring Zach White off.
And Zach White's had a good first half of the game thus far. I think he's good at really, as I said, he's really good at both ends of the court, but got a dunk, got a few other points, and got a few rebounds as well. So good start from Zach White.
So Nichols pulls up for three, just long. Hooley with the rebound. Yeah, Hooley off and running here for the Miners. Gives it off to Short, in turn to Usher for the three.
Good teamwork again, just that extra pass. So Peter Hooley, you know, really instigated that. He's a really classy sort of player, Peter Hooley.
Moller with the response, yes.
So Moller's stepped up in this second quarter as well, so he missed a couple of shots at the start of the game, but I think he said once he's warmed up, he'll be Probably in for a big one.
Sam Short goes up, couldn't get that to go. Barker with the rebound.
I thought that was good defence from Jack Stamix as well. That was probably unlucky not to be an offensive foul.
So Moller, and offensive foul being called.
That'll be an offensive foul, and I don't think Anthony Stewart will be happy about that after the one down the other end just was a no call, but that looked like a charge.
Moller with hands on his head, and I'll keep him quiet on that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Referee was closer again. That's a comment we'll stick with anyway.
That's right, Glenn. So Ballarat to get us going here. As again, we're probably about halfway through the second quarter here. Coming to you from the DEC, our Flashback Friday game for you this week. Hobart taking on Ballarat. This ball is inside to King Davis. Can't get that to go. Moller with the rebound. So
he's really starting to take the game over. Craig
he is,
Moller.
and on three, can't get it to go, but you can sense Craig Moller's on a mission, and Barker commits the foul. Yeah.
And that's a foul that Callum Barker would be upset about. Just the fact that it was in the back court, there was no real reason to get it. I know he didn't try to foul him. I think he tried to slow him down a bit.
Jack Stanwick's coming off. Terry Mastuna coming in, BJ Radcliffe coming in, Callum Barker coming out. So Stewie rotating lots of players here in this first half, Glenn.
Yeah, he is. It looks like they've got a pretty strong five on again, though. They've got the experience as well as a bit of youth there in Jacob Richards.
And the two made there by the Miners, so...
They seem to be scoring pretty freely still, Ballarat Miners, so Hobart have still got to tighten up on their defensive pressure.
So Moller. Now Radcliffe gets it eventually. Now Richards. Nichols. Beautiful pass back to Richards. Has to go back to Masunda. Masunda, good fake. Drives. Gives it to Moller. Pretty play.
Fantastic play from Terry Masunda. This is why he's been playing in the SEABL, NBL 1 for 10 or so years. Spent time in the New Zealand League as well. So just a class act, and he brings other players into the game.
And foul on the place. King Davis just throws that one down, but
the backboard moved a fair bit then, actually. I hope it's still in line.
It's one of the things about the deck that they really don't have much to hold on to, those backboards. Now, those backboards, or the system of the backboards, are over 20 years old, Glenn. So they've been around forever.
So if someone pulled the backboard down, we wouldn't have a game after that, or would they have a spare?
I don't know if we have the spares down here. I know with the games in the NZMBL last year, they had different backboards.
Oh, okay.
So whether we have a different set of those somewhere, that remains to be seen. We need to investigate that one and find out.
Well, as long as we keep Big Jim Havrilla off the backboard, the old Tassie Gabbard.
Oh my word, yes.
The ring off the backboard up on the out of 3-on-3 tournament in the Gold Coast, and he ends up with about 48 stitches in his back. Hopefully the backboard will be safe.
There's Trey Nichols nearly gets that one to go. Josh Fox swipes it away. YouTube that other one. The shot went up by short.
Jim Havrilla,
yeah. So YouTube it, folks. It is quite an interesting clip. Now Masunda with it. So we get back to the game. Here's Moller. So Hobart looking to score on this possession after the other one got swiped away by a good defensive play by Josh Fox. Moller goes from deep and got fouled by King Davis there. So Moller will go to the line for three.
And that's a foul that, he wished he didn't commit King Davis then. He was a bit not sure as to how he made contact, but the referee was right there. Moller knew there was contact straight away, so he walked straight to the line. So Craig Moller is usually a good foul shooter. Yeah.
Yes, he certainly is.
Worried I might put the mockers on him as I normally do when I say people are a good shooter. They'll air ball or ball will go over the backboard or something like that.
If he ever hears the commentary on it, Glenn, I'm sure he will let you know. Makes the second, so good foul shooting here by Moller.
And he's got a good field percentage as well as, and I know his three throws were at a high percentage throughout his Hobart Chargers career.
And makes 3 of 3, Glenn. So
great job, Craig Moller.
There you go. So Hooley with it now. And offensive foul. Jacob Richards clapping his way there.
Jacob Richards is happy about that
one. He must have suckered someone in, I'd say.
I think it was King Davis again, was it?
Possibly. So he's having a bit of foul trouble. As Nichols comes up the floor here for the Chargers. Chargers looking to reel back a bit of a margin here. Good kick out pass. Masunda for 3. Just long. Good board by Richards. Nichols blinds up for a 3. That's short as well too. And rebound. Oh, poor pass. Masunda gets fouled by Short, and Masunda will go to the line for 2.
Yeah, that's not a good pass to pass it across court. Terry Masunda was able to pick that one off and goes to the line. Probably a bit upset with himself that he didn't finish off the shot, but he's able to go to the line for 2 shots. And Terry Masunda is usually a very consistent foul shooter as well.
Yes, we're lucky enough to talk with Terry Masunda over the past week in a podcast episode we did. And great to hear about Terry's junior career, but also to his career with the Chargers as well. He knocks down both there. You can see that full podcast on the Chargers YouTube page. It is up right now. But meanwhile, here back in this game, Hobart working their way back as Hooley goes over White. Can't get that one to go off glass. Radcliffe tried to go for the rebound, couldn't get it to go. Ball goes everywhere, and Hooley got it back and scored.
And there wasn't much more Hobart could do defensively then. That was great pressure that they put on the Ballarat player. But for Ballarat's unluckiness for them, Hooley was able to get the 2 points.
So Richards, now Masunda. Masunda working his way through. Over Short. Can't get that to go. Good rebound there by King Davis. Now, ball with Pozoglu. Pozoglu works his way through over White. Can't get it to go, but good aggressive drive. But nonetheless, here's Morant coming up the floor now here for the Chargers. Similar move. Good control. Can't get the tip. Now foul on the play, and it's going to go back to the Chargers.
That was a great play from Craig Milo. Good defensive rebound down the other end of the court and took it pretty much coast to coast. Got the foul. Now he's at the line for 2 shots.
Again, team limit. So, as conversations take place left, right, centre. And Muller looking to go 5 of 5 here now, this time round.
He's really lifted since the first couple of minutes after he missed his first 2 shots. So, and he's a class player in this league.
He is.
He's a superstar of the SEABL league, and he's just paved his way into making an Australian squad.
Yeah, he made the Boomers side. He got to play with the Boomers in the qualifying game in the Asia Cup. As something's happened here, but that's all right. They're going to restart it anyway. Yes, and of course in that year we got to interview him about his experience with the Australian team, Glenn, and what it was like representing the Boomers.
And he's such a modest man. So
he is. He's a lovely guy.
He really would have just lapped up the experience and enjoyed spending time with his fellow Aussie Boomers, and great for him to be representing our country at senior level. So
Nick Pozoglu with a layup and gets it to go. He goes over a body or two. He'll go to the line for 1. There was a good double team though earlier in that offense, Glenn, where Terry and BJ were right up on Peter Hooley, but then again, Ballarat equal to the challenge.
And Nick Pozoglu has started off really well as well, so he's obviously a class player, and he's showing it right here, right now. So that was a great drive.
So Pozoglu makes free throw. Now Masunda to bring it up here. Tight game so far here, folks. It's been neck and neck, and trust you are enjoying this Flashback Friday game here that we presented to you through our YouTube channel. Now, Richards, Masunda working his way through. Now to White. White decides to pull up for 3. Doesn't go. Good board by Masunda. Needs to retreat out and reset. Nichols wants it and gets it now. So Nichols thinking about it. Puts on some moves. Richards, good fake, good drive, young man. Gets the layup, and Nathan Cooper-Brown needs to talk it over. He's seen enough. And Hobart trail by 2, 42-40.
That's a really good drive from Jacob Richards there. Got his player up in the air and then went hard with his left hand, and he is hard to stop. He's a tall chap, and you know, back then he was doing some great things at junior nationals, and it's great that he gets the opportunity, and he's in, especially when he's with the experienced teammates. So I think it's really good when you put one or two of the juniors on with three of the experienced players, and they're all sort of stepping up. So Jacob Richards, he's going to have a big career, and hopefully down the track, he's eyeing off college, obviously, and then an NBL gig somewhere. I guess he'd be looking higher than that, but
absolutely,
we'd like to see someone of his talent, along with, as we said, Jack Stamixon, sort of the Lamb Smith, and a couple of other Mason Braggs, and I think there's the Armstrong siblings.
Yep. Trey and Tarrant.
A couple of other kids that we'd love to see in the Tasmanian NBL team when it finally happens one day. Yes,
that's still all to be sorted out, Glenn, and of course discussions on hold at the moment due to the COVID-19 and not a lot of happening, unfortunately. But again, we want to make sure everyone's safe and well and doing all the right things as well too. Of course, here in Tasmania, the stage 1 restrictions have been lifted, but still a long way to go though.
A long way.
So meanwhile, back at the basketball as we swoop back to 2018 here, Hawley, Pozoglu. A good drive there by Usher.
Nice block there from Zach White.
Great defensive play. Now Nichols gets upstairs. Oh, that would have brought the house down. Fox. And offensive foul. No, blocks Chewy's with a few star jumps. Now, it was an offensive foul, yes. Yeah, so I couldn't see if that was made the trail official called that and not the lead official down there on the baseline by the sounds of it. I just couldn't see a signal go there, but I think the reaction says it all.
It was either that or a travel, but I think it was a block. A
charge.
And I think the crowd's really, even though Trey Nichols missed that dunk, the crowd really loved that sort of entertainment. He normally does get up and dunk, but it's good for the crowd when you get the smallest man in the court.
And offensive foul once again, Glenn, and Josh Fox just laying out Craig Moller. So, and yes, as you were saying, Nichols has brought a few highlights, especially for his height, and with the hops, it was unbelievable seeing it. And like I say, that previous play where he nearly got up and threw that one down was awesome to see. So White with it, now Moller. So Moller's thinking about it, puts it to the floor, nice spin move, gets it to go. Craig Moller, easy as you like.
Great play. And one-on-one, he's really hard to stop. And he's just, as he becomes more experienced, he's just, he's got more confidence and he's doing moves such as that one. So, no one's going to be able to stop that move. He did it so quick and on his left, non-preferred, got it in for one shot, and that shot is good. So Craig Moller has had a great game thus far.
He's piling on the points now, Glenn, that is for sure. And being really aggressive and taking the game by the scruff of the neck here.
Defensively, he's done a great job.
So he has.
So he's a really good all-round player and a great team player as well. But in this league, if he's rolls to score, he can score. If it's NBL and he needs to pass a bit more, or he can do whatever is needed for the team.
Hawley again, double teamed by White and Masunda. Shot goes up there by Sam Short, and he gets the 3 to go.
He's really improved his shooting, especially in the SEABL league, and that's, I think, part of his development to become a better NBL player. So well done to Sam Short on hitting that shot. Hopefully he has a few more shots, because he's got a beautiful shot.
He does. He has a very nice shooting stroke. Just want to see it a bit more often. BJ Ratcliffe has a good shooting stroke as well too, Glenn, and gets the 2 to go.
And if BJ Ratcliffe gets hot, he's hard to stop in local or SEABL. So hopefully he can get a few more in like that for Hobart's benefit.
And Josh Fox on the second effort there gets the 2 to go. So seesawing affair here at the DEC. Nichols, go.
Good spread of scorers for Ballarat as well. They're not relying on just one or two players. So whereas Hobart sort of it's more Trey Nichols and Craig Moller that they rely on to get a bulk of their points.
So Hawley pulls up for 3. Can't get that to go. Good rebound there by Fox, but good defence by White and Richards. Now down the floor here, White. Now, is that an offensive foul? It is. That seems to be the trend of the night. Glenn. And,
that was close to the...
That's is it a clear call?
I don't know where his feet were in that little circle thing underneath the basket, but it couldn't have been too far off it.
But at least they've been consistent down both ends of the floor.
Yeah,
so I got to give credit on that one. So Hawley bringing it down here now for the Miners. Been an entertaining game so far. And Hawley finding his way through and gets the lucky drop there. And timeout to be called here as the Miners lead out by 4, 49-45.
That was a great drive there by Peter Hawley. He really is a classy looking player, if that's the right word. He looks good on the court. It's hard to stop, and you can see that he's come from an NBL program the way that he's really contributing tonight. So whether he can maintain that for the whole game, I'm not sure, but he's been very impressive thus far.
Certainly has been. So it's a 4-point ball game here at the deck, and again, just having a look at that crowd there, Glenn. Not a bad crowd in for a Friday night. Like I say, there was a little bit happening that weekend. I was aware that the State College Championships were up in Devonport as well too the following day. So yours truly, unfortunately, had a quick turnaround there and short sleep, and then on the road to Devonport the following day.
And a lot of people, a lot of the youngsters that are in grade 11 and 12, obviously, that normally come to the games with their families wouldn't have been there, so I'm sure the attendance probably would have been down a little bit.
Yeah, down a little bit. Also, too, Jacob Richards was in the same boat as me as well, too. We're backing up from a game here Friday night and then quickly on the road first thing Saturday morning. I remember saying to Craig Moller that I got a quick turnaround, so I've got to make this a quick interview. So, but I was inspired by his performance that night, which we'll get to a little bit later. The ball gets deflected, and the Chargers will get it back. Not that we want to spoil anything, by the way, here too. But if you can remember the game, you'll know what happened. So Moller to restart. So Musunda with it. Now, not much left to go. There was only about 40-odd seconds when we come from that timeout, so I reckon we're down to about 20. Moller over Hawley. That's a tough shot. Oh, Zach White tried to tip Shampozglou right up there with him.
And that was tough defence as well from Hawley. So good defence. Really made Moller work for that shot, and unfortunately for Moller it missed, but for Hawley it was a great defensive play.
Nichols open. Can't get that to go. Rebound by Hawley. Hawley long court pass. 40 alley played it. A short rejected by White. Great work by the Chargers. Oh, and then a turnover that doesn't help anyone's cause. Ball getting fumbled around. Usher with it. Now back to Hawley. So now we'll slow things down and just go 1-4 flat. The lane is open. Hawley puts up a tough runner and goes off glass.
It's like a bit of a floater or something. And beautiful shot just on half time. So another well-executed play by Ballarat. Yeah, and they deserve the 6-point lead at the moment. I think Peter Hawley's really been, for Ballarat, their standout player, and Craig Moller for Hobart.
So Ballarat with that 6-point lead, as you mentioned, Glenn, 51-45 was our scoreline, and let's see what's happening here. Looks like our Cameron's doing a bit of Zoom work, so we're just about to get the second half underway. We also interviewed Dean Bickerman at halftime, as we mentioned at the top of our recording. So again, you can see that interview either on one of our YouTube shows or in full as a separate interview. Now, Josh Fox with the two to get us underway in the second half. Sorry.
It'd be great to get Dean Bickerman down again one time when he's got his squad. Members of his squad that are playing in either a Hobart team or one of the opposition teams. It's just really good to have someone of his calibre, like one of the best coaches in the NBL, to come down and watch our local basketball. So I know we had the local SEABL team. I know that he had a few young kids and stuff come up and had some photos with him, and there was a number of people that were familiar with Dean that come up and just said, "G'day, how you going?" and well done on such a great season that had just gone in the NBL, and he was obviously named NBL Coach of the Year as well. So he's got a lot of respect down here, and he's a great coach, and it's good to see him. It's good to see coaches from different areas, NBL coaches, come down and see and support our local basketball.
And I can see him in the background there, and I think I can see you down there too, Glenn. We'll just make that a little bit obvious for you.
There I am.
There you are. Well, it's fun doing these recordings and seeing people you know that are actually here next to you.
And he's a good friend as well.
He is a good friend of yours. Sam Short for 3. Yes, great shot there by Sam Short, knocking down the 3.
We talked about Sam Short. We really like the way that he shoots so well, but I don't believe he takes enough shots. So at this level, I'd like to see him take some more shots and be more of an offensive threat, just because we know he can do it. So
Fox, now Usher.
Nice
beautiful pass there to Pozoglu. Now back to Usher for 3. Not there.
Now that would have been a great momentum shot if that had gone in, because it was such good teamwork. So, but unfortunately for Ballarat, it didn't drop in, so they're going to have to get a stop here at the defensive end.
So Nichols, he got an on ball, but used his pace. Puts up a tough shot. Can't get the go. Molo, good old board, gets it bumped, and will go to the line for 2. Fouls on his former teammate in Peter Hawley.
Good play again. Just got Hawley up in the air. Moller was probably a bit disappointed with himself that his shot didn't drop, but he's still able to go to the line and make two 3 throws, hopefully, for his sake.
And Amos Brooks is into the game for the first time tonight.
Amos Brooks looks like a big unit.
Yeah.
A local Ballarat boy by the looks of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's great to see all players for Ballarat getting a run.
Yes. I think he was the last one to come on, which means yes, all 8 or 9 there get on the floor here. So Moller made the free throws. Short brings it up. Now as they get through their offensive set here, Brooks with it. Now Usher in turn, Hawley driving middle. Nice little teardrop as you describe it, Glenn. And the tip-in can't go, unfortunately, and then White was able to pick it up. Now Molo, as we're off and running here. Masunda wanting it. Molo decides not to go there. Radcliffe, though, was the other option. Just flat, and Pozoglu with the rebound. Now ball coming up here with Hawley in term. Now that looked like it was Usher. Yes, it was. There's the camera just a little bit out of focus there while we're panning across. I think we're using the other camera tonight, Glenn. It's the Sony one, not the Panasonic one.
We've got the better quality now.
So the Sony one, I think we used the Sony one because it was less file size for us.
Oh, okay.
The Panasonic Panasonic is near full broadcast setup, so which is a bit more, takes a bit more space. So I think we have the Sony on this occasion. Meanwhile, so Usher now, Pozoglu into Short. Now Hawley, good ball movement here. So they use one side of the floor and it works as Hawley knocks down the 3.
So Hawley would be well and truly into double figures by now, I would say. And again, that's good teamwork from Ballarat. They just find that open man, and Hawley was able to knock that one down.
And again, using that weak side of the floor too, Glenn, on that left side. Nice. Well, Moller got it back after he tried to dish it to BJ, but couldn't get it to go. Brooks. Now foot violation on Masunda. Everyone plays a little bit of soccer. So Hawley to inbound this one. Short looks like he'll get it, and does.
Good defence applied there from Trey Nichols too. He's really stepped up his defensive efforts to slow Sam Short down.
As Pozoglu puts it up, can't get it to go. So now Masunda. In turn, Nichols with some moves. Beautiful drive there by Trey Nichols.
That is hard to stop Trey Nichols. I think that was a beautiful drive with his left hand. So hopefully Trey Nichols, but Hobart's point of view, can get hot.
Usher with the response.
And kept the hand up, and
he did.
He happy about that
He
one.
loves that one. Nothing but net now.
Great shot.
Just a quick stop in play.
He's actually had a good game so far, Devin Usher, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Good import.
Certainly showing why he was playing with Ballarat back in the 2018 SEABL season as White. To go to Nichols. Shot clock at 10 here for the Chargers. Nichols, wraparound pass, goes to Musunda. Musunda, nice into White. Good defence though by the Miners. Now that's a shot clock violation. No one had prior control, so shot clock runned out. Kalambaka looking to come back in here. Just trying to see who comes off. Zach White.
Zach White's continued to have really good all-round game, I think. But he's worked hard and deserves a breather, and hopefully Callum Barker can.
Beautiful move by Peter Hawley there, and what a turnaround spin that was.
He's been fantastic tonight, hasn't he?
He's played a really good game so far, Glenn. Barker inside. I'll come back to Hawley as Musunda puts up the 3 and rattles it home.
Good player too, Musunda. He's very unlucky that he never made NBL. He certainly had the skills and probably just wasn't in the right place at the right time. But, class act in SEABL and a great guy as well.
So Nichols inside Moller. Moller over Hawley and gets it to go. Great shot by Craig Moller.
You can't stop that. I'm not sure if anyone can stop that fade away from a guy that's about 6'7", 6'8". So Craig Moller has really taken it upon himself to get Hobart back on the scoreboard.
So ball was short. Getting good pressure here by the Chargers. Barker over to go one off to Moller. So Moller off and running here. Now Nichols thinking about it. Now back into Moller. So a
good match up there for Hobart as well, and it leaves
Nichols open. 2 pieces of the room success. Moller with the O board. He got fouled. And we'll go to the line for 2. No, offensive foul. It's on Barker. So referee saying that looked like hand or arm up on the throat, which probably wasn't allowed.
No, I don't think that's in the rule books that you can do that.
So I have no idea, but I'm just trying to describe it as what I could see from what the referee was signalling there, Glenn. So.
And Moller clearly wasn't Moller because he couldn't understand why the whistle was being blown, so Barker
So that was away from where the ball was with Moller. So we'll digress and move on. Peter Hawley has 6 on the shot clock. Now Pozoglu. Oh my. Well, show no fear, young man, and just go for it. Especially on the young Callum Barker. Whoa.
That would have been a great dunk. That would have been off the show.
That would have been play of the season.
I reckon so.
No. That was just a lane open up and right time, right place for Nick Pozoglu. And knocks down the first.
And again, he's a really classy player, isn't he? It's great to have Pozoglu, Hawley, Short, Craig Moller, the 4 NBL players on court at once.
Misses the second, so 1 or 2 from the line. Moller with the rebound and comes down here for the Chargers and pulls up from the free throw. Ow, nice work there by Craig Moller.
And that's a standard 2 points for Craig Moller at the top of the key line. He's done that time in, time out. So it looks like he's starting to get into a bit of a zone. Craig Moller is at the offensive end.
Usher again from downtown. It's the Ballarat bench just with a few signs of, I don't know.
I'm not sure what that means, but it means that he's firing and he's on fire, and it's great to see Usher hit a couple of big 3-pointers.
It's great work by the Miners as this game has been going back and forth. I hope to get a score update soon when those cameras do pan down onto the computer screen.
And they've had a fantastic rivalry for a number of years now, Ballarat and Hobart, haven't they?
They certainly have.
You might be able to talk a bit more about that.
I can to a degree, Glenn, that is for sure. I'll try to sack White with another block. Great defensive play there. Nichols off and running. Beautiful speed and layup there by Trey Nichols.
And he's one of the best finishers in the league, Trey Nichols. He's so hard to stop. Once he's got that ball and he's off, it doesn't matter how tall he is, he can just seem to score at will.
Well, nice backdoor play. Hooley went to short. Now we're back to Hooley. Now no call there. Referees will let that one play. Short for 3. Just short.
Nice rebound there from Zach White again. So he's picking up the rebounds as well as a foot violation.
Nearly. But Sam, looked like Sam Short nearly run into your corporate box there too, Glenn.
Ooh.
Into the B-Taz box.
And he's just giving his coach high five, I reckon. He's saying, "You watching me, mate?"
More than likely. It was like when Rain Smith told me, "Did you get my dunks?" I said,
Short's sort of a pretty quiet fella, so I don't think he'd be asking that question.
No, of course not. So Nichols missed a 3 down the other end. Usher going for another 3. Same result as Nichols. Foul on the play here. Looks like a foul's on Ballarat, so that's on Brooks.
Amos Brooks.
So Hobart to get it back here.
And again, we talk about the referees. I think they've been pretty good and pretty consistent tonight. So coaches haven't had anything to really whinge about. It's been consistent. The offensive fouls from one end to the other. So it's good to see.
Yes, a good crew on tonight's game, that is for sure. There's a good bounce pass by Masunda now, and then went to Nichols, but Moller couldn't reel that one in. Usher, nice Euro. Ho! A few dunks like that tonight. My goodness. Moller to Nichols, can't get that to go. Turnover here. It's a bit of comedy of errors. We need to get our breath here, Glenn.
And Hobart have just had 2 pretty average turnovers, so when the players probably could have gone all the way on their own. So I don't think Anthony Stewart will be happy about that. But yeah, the dunk from Nichols and then Usher in that instance. Although they missed, they were still just as entertaining for us as whether they went in or not.
Absolutely.
And the crowd would have been loving it as well.
As Hooley puts it up, good defensive pressure there by White. Now Moller into Masunda. Masunda drives all the way and gets the layup to go. So Hobart have got either the lead back or they're within a couple of points here.
Yeah, they've started to really go up another gear, haven't they?
They certainly have. Now, ball with Short this time. Just can't get that to go. And Ballarat get the ball back. Amos Brooks happy with that one.
Yeah, Sam Short, that was a good shot for him to take, although it didn't drop, so hopefully his confidence stays up, and if he gets open like that again, he'll look at having that shot. So
Pozoglu now Short on cue here for us. Now Hooley. And Hooley goes from Glenorchy, can't get that to go. And Southern's going to bring it up here for the Chargers. Looks like Masunda calling a quick horn set here. So the pop out to Moller for 3, and great play call by Terry Masunda as Moller knocks down the 3.
Great play. It's a good little offence that works well. It's a quick offence, and Moller is really, he's got the hot hand at the moment. So it was a good play to get him free.
Brooks, nice pass. Pozoglu with a 2-hand jam.
He likes getting up, doesn't he?
He loves getting some airtime. That is for sure. Timeout called by Anthony Stewart. And we should get a quick score update here. The camera on the pan down. Thank you very much. Ballarat still up by 6, 70-64. We're 21 money.
Yeah, it's surprising that they are still up the way. It looks like Hobart are coming back. But, with dunks like that and plays that from Ballarat, you can see why they are still in the lead. Pozoglu, I'm not sure how tall he is, but he can sort of play as a guard, he can handle the ball well, and then he can take it inside and dunk. And he's got some serious hops, so it's great to see him having a good game as well tonight.
Just quickly trying to look up his height for you, Glenn. Bear with us.
6'4", Woody.
I'm getting the media guide up and about here.
And the Hobart crowd have been in for have witnessed a great game thus far. They've had the women's game as well before this. So the fans are getting their money's worth, which is great to see.
198 centimetres, Nick Pozoglu is.
6'6".
Yep, 6'6".
So he's got some good skills for a 6'6" player, handling the ball, shooting outside, and then obviously he can dunk. I think he doesn't actually look that tall from here. I think because he looked like he could get up so high.
And of course, in the NBL Blitz back in 2019, he certainly showed that in the dunk contest.
Yeah, and he was with Perth Wildcats. Then,
He was with Perth, yes.
Yeah, so he won a championship this year.
Yes, because he's part of the team. If you're part of that team, you get a ring.
Yeah.
If you're the winning team. So again, a nice little crowd in, a few empty seats, but that's okay. There was a lot happening that weekend, as we mentioned.
And I think those empty seats at the front there are the players from the women's teams. I think they're all sitting with their families and stuff. But I think the rows there, the two, the Ballarat women and Hobart women would have been sitting in those ones. So with the rivalry, what do you know about the rivalry between these two?
Oh, look, these two teams have had close encounters throughout the many seasons, as Josh Byrne cleaning up some blood there on the blood kit. But, I just remember a lot of games where, especially that 2017 prelim final, semi-final where we went down, and that sparked a little bit of a rivalry because the following, of course, this year, or 2018, sorry, we pulled away Craig Moller from Ballarat. So, yeah, so that kind of sparked a little bit. But there were, throughout the seasons in SEABL, there's been some good rivalries over the years.
And they get good crowds at the stadium too, don't they?
Yeah, at the Minor Dome. Yeah, so at the Minor Dome, they get a good crowd in. They do a really good job. Again, another regional venue and regional city. And they do a good job with their basketball there. And obviously now Brendan Joyce, the head coach of the Ballarat men's team, and he's doing a lot of work behind the scenes along with the Ballarat guys.
Isn't that a great pickup for them to have like an ex-Australian boomer Opal coach, I should say. He's coached at all levels as well, so was a very good NBL player. So Ballarat are very lucky to have the services of Brendan Joyce. Yes, and I think as a development coach, he's really good as well. So he's always positive, and there's a lot of fantastic former players that are involved in associations. I know Joe Hurst is with Bendigo, so Bendigo and Ballarat are pretty lucky to have a jumping Joe Hurst and then a Brendan Joyce, sort of steering their development programs and getting involved at the top level. It's great to see the former players still involved. Trey Nichols with a nice little two-hand layup there, as the margin back within 4 now. As Hooley goes baseline here to Pozoglu, who's showing that he got a highlight reel waiting. White, now Radcliffe, Moller just patient. Oh, good poise there by Craig Moller. That was a good play from BJ Radcliffe, just to identify that Craig Moller was sort of a one-on-one, get it into him. He's got the hot hand, so well done to BJ Radcliffe on that pass inside to Moller. So, good defensive play by Nichols. Hawley saying he was fouled. Referees didn't see it that way. Nichols coming down the floor here now. Goes all the way. Can't get it to go. Zach White nearly tipped it in. Couldn't get that to go. Short with the rebound now. Ball back with Pozoglu, who's been the highlight reel here tonight. He has indeed. So Peter Hawley looks like they're slowing down here. So last play here of the third quarter, one would think. So Hawley again going a 1-4 flat. It's a quick on-ball, beautiful pass into Sam Short. Can't get that to go. And goaltending has been called. Zach White and Trey Nichols trying to claim their case. Yeah, and unfortunately, Zach White loses that case. The call will stand as goaltending, so 2 points to Sam Short. And a nice pass from Peter Hawley. They work really well together, don't they? They certainly do. They spend, obviously, the summer and the winter together, and it's really showing on court tonight. So we're just about to head into three-quarter time. Masunda might put up a Hail Mary here, pulls up, and that is way short. So three-quarter time. Sees us if we can get down there. Thank you very much, Mr. Cameraman. Ballarat lead by 4, 72-68. So this is going to be a good last quarter, Glenn. Yeah, it is. It's been a great game thus far. I think, as I talked about before, the crowd will be really happy to see such a high standard game. Another high standard game at the Doing Entertainment Centre. And I just think that Hobart really want to try and get the ball to Craig Moller as much as they can. He's got the hot hand.
And on cue, he's got it now for you, Glenn. So Moller and short. Moller going from Kingston. That's not there.
That was a big shot. I didn't mean to shoot it out that far.
Meanwhile, short for 3. Can't get that to go. Tip in by King Davis. Couldn't go.
Foul on BJ Armstrong. BJ Ratcliffe, sorry.
Yes, I think that was on Ratcliffe, as you say.
And King Davis to the line. So 2 shots. The first shot goes in. So it's a good start to Ballarat. So they're off to a 5-point lead.
Yeah, 5-point lead, Glenn. It is to make it 6. No, 2 pieces at the end, but couldn't get that one to go. So Masunda brings it down the floor now here for the Chargers. So Hobart looking to work their way back into this game and try to cut that deficit down to 2 or 3.
Good defence from Sam Short, really making it as hard as possible for Trey Nichols, who's got the moves.
Oh, lovely move by Trey Nichols. Splits for a couple and gets the layup to go.
And he really is hard to stop. Like, there's not much more Sam Short could do on that occasion. Great defensive player, but Nichols was just too good on that occasion. That's a turnover.
Yeah. Where was that going?
I think his teammate faked it one way, where the ball was passed, and he ran the other way. So
yes.
Bit of confusion there. So an untimely turnover for Ballarat, but I think if Hobart can capitalise on this, then they're going to really get the momentum going early in this last quarter.
A minute in, we're still trail by 5. 75-70 is the scoreline. Moller down low, over Hooley, off glass, gets it to go, will count, and Craig Moller looking to bring this back to a 2-point ball game.
Peter Hooley wasn't really sure what he did there. The referee said there was an arm foul, so the body was good, what Hooley was asking, but someone's obviously grabbed his arm. So Moller at the line for 1 shot, so he's really racking up the points now.
He certainly is. So as Moller makes that, and back to 2 points. 75-73 is our scoreline here.
And I think, Dean Vickham will be very happy. His three Melbourne United players have had all outstanding games thus far. So Hooley, Sam Short's had a pretty good game, but with Hooley and Moller, they've played really well.
Hooley goes all the way and gets it to go.
And gets fouled by Craig Moller.
So Moller hits him on the head, and of course these days any head contact is an automatic foul.
And that's just really good play from Hooley. Hobart haven't been able to slow him down at all, haven't really worked him out at this stage. And he's at the line for 1 shot.
Yeah, him and Elliot Green just having a long discussion there. What's going of something? I'm not sure what.
And I really like the mannerism of all the players. Even if the call hasn't gone their way, they haven't carried on in this game. It's been really professional from both outfits.
And Hooley knocks down the free throw. No, it's been great to see play behaviour very good tonight, which is what you want. When you're refereeing, you wish that every night, but we know we're not going to get that every night. Meanwhile, Moller down low once again. Good defence by Hooley. Offensive foul. So whatever advice was given to Peter Hooley down one end has worked wonders down this end, Glenn.
He's just said, watch out for this. Anthony Stewart is not happy at all.
He's not happy, Stewart.
And once again, I think Hooley was inside the no charge zone, except if it's a shove or something like that. That's deemed as a offensive foul. So Hooley, good communication with the referee down the other end and paid dividends. Yes,
that good old trick of working the referees over. Meanwhile, Hooley now goes to short. He's open, just long on that one. That looked all right off the hand too. We had a good look at that as Nichols comes down the floor here. So Nichols now Radcliffe goes for it and gets it to go. Great shot by BJ Radcliffe.
That was a brilliant shot. Really good for the momentum of the Hobart team for BJ to hit that one.
Nick Pozoglu couldn't get that to go. Rebound by Radcliffe.
So Ballarat need to slow Hobart down at the moment and get this momentum back in on their side.
So Nichols works his way through. Oh, lost the handle. And that looked like it was going to either you or Dean Bickerman down there.
Hopefully it wasn't me because I'd just had neck surgery, so I was out of action to touch anything. I didn't even have a voice in that game from memory.
You were I remember that. I remember that actually. You were struggling for voice, but in the end we did get Bickerman for that interview, which you asked about. Moller with the rebound as the shot was missed there by the Miners. So Moller coming down the floor here for the Chargers.
He's sort of doing it all, isn't it? Both ends of the court now.
He certainly is. Good pass to Musunda. Musunda, beautiful pass to White and gets it to go. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line for one, and the Hobart bench is happy with that one as well too.
And that teamwork, Kerry Musunda, he could have gone all the way, except he drew the defence. Nice bounce pass to Zach White, and the defensive player just got sort of underneath him. So, and Zach White's a great finisher. So I'm really impressed with the way that Zach White complements the Hobart team.
Yes.
And then he misses a foul shot on me.
Yes, he just put the mockers on him 2 years after that. Oh. Glenn, of course, game being played 25th of May, and we're on 18th of May, so we're 1 week off being 1 year from the day.
2 years.
Oh, 2 years, sorry, my apologies. As King Davis loses the handle, and White was able to retrieve it to the applause of the fans there, as Nichols comes down the floor with it now. So Nichols thinking about it, puts on the skates. Oh, and off glass. Great work.
He's really stepped up as well, hasn't he, Trey Nichols? He's just so hard to stop, on that left hand as Hobart take a 4-point lead.
They retake the lead. So they've done a really good job down the defensive end here, Glenn. And then they've been able to turn around offensively and finally get that lead for the first time, probably since the first quarter.
Yeah, I think it probably stemmed from when BJ Ratcliffe hit that 3-point shot. It really lifted the troops and the crowd. You could see the crowd getting involved, although we sort of can't hear them too much now, but you could see the crowd was right behind it. So it just takes a couple of plays. And Hobart's defence has picked up a bit, but I think it's a good timeout. And the Ballarat coach will be talking to his players just to get back on track and get back to the way they've been playing for 9/10 of the game so far.
One of the most interesting things I saw that night, Glenn, was the two different styles of coaching. You have Nathan Cooper-Brown, one of the most calmest coaches you will ever see. Down the other end, Anthony Stewart, one of the most vocal, animated coaches you will ever see. It was the two extremes. Oh, yeah. The nicest coach you ever see him meet, to the animated
and a nice coach and a nice bloke.
And a nice bloke. But it was like Stewart was really animated in his timeouts. But then when I went down to Ballarat's end to check on Nathan Cooper-Brown, he's as calm as a cucumber, just working his way through and telling what the guys to do.
And everyone, shows things differently. Anthony Stewart's a very passionate basketball player.
We should mention that. Yes.
And he's an NBL champion, so he knows what it takes.
Oh, absolutely.
And he was coached by Adrian Hurley. Who else was it?
Alan Black, Guy Malloy, Billy Tomlinson, Cal Bruden.
So he had some amazing coaches.
He did,
and they all pushed him hard. So he wants to make sure that he gets his players to go as hard as what he did, and he knows what success is, and everyone does it their own way, and that's his passion. Andrew Gaze was sort of pretty passionate as well on the sideline.
Yes, he was.
As well, so Anthony Stewart gets results, so good on him, and sometimes he looks a bit more stressed than what he
Zach White
sort of is.
Knocks down the two there. But get what you're totally saying, Glenn. Absolutely.
I'm just wondering if Anthony Stewart has a singlet underneath. Shorts in case he needs to get out there himself at 50.
So as King Davis puts up, and then I think Fox was there to clean up the scraps and gets the two. We'll have to find it. We'll have to get that confirmed. I'm not sure if Stewie's got it, but we know Stewie is definitely retired. So here's Nichols. Nichols working his way through. Nice move over Short. Good defence though by Sam Short.
He's a fantastic defensive player, Sam Short. So he just does all the little things for his team to make them better.
So a turnover there by the Miners. So Musunda with it now.
Off the floor, the fast break.
Yep. No, he slows it down on this occasion here, Glenn, and into their quick set here. Musunda going actually 1-4 flat. Nearly a good option. Moller couldn't get the rebound. Here's Hooley with it as the Miners come up the floor. Usher for the three, not there. Short takes a set on the court. Whitney does the same thing as well too. Kept the ball in play. Here's Moller. Oh, just slowing it down. Now Radcliffe for another three. And gets it to go. Great shot by BJ Radcliffe.
And that's really good play again. Like, you know, that's two plays. You can see the crowd are...
They're loving it.
They are loving it, and that's BJ Radcliffe has been able to deliver two big three-pointers off good passes from his teammates and the momentum with Hobart. Although
King Davis rattles the two there.
So Ballarat definitely aren't giving up. They're both very high standard teams, and this has been a cracker of the game.
It certainly has been, Glenn. It was just around one we picked out at short notice here. As Nichols, thinking about it, goes down low to Moller. Oh, a few jab steps, goes baseline, good defence, double team, beautiful pass. Sackwhite couldn't get it to go though, Glenn.
That would have been the pass of the game, the assist of the game had it had gone in like right behind the back, sort of no look pass.
So Hooley slows it down here. Hooley getting busy. Oh, nice. So they're all trying these fancy passes. They're not paying off, unfortunately. Moller with a spin move, attacks the rim, lays it up, and gets it to go. Great play by the leader himself, Craig Moller, the engineer.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play. He's been hard to stop all night tonight and throughout the season, but once he's in the zone, and as I said, his NBL coach is here as well, so he really wanted to show Dean Vickerman what he's worth, playing big minutes in the SEABL League, and I think for what all these players got out of the SEABL League really made them better NBL players for the following season.
So Moller to complete the three-point play, and does so. Moller's having a great game. He's nearly up into the 40s, I think. And now he's going to have a quick breather here too, Glenn.
Yeah, he's had a great game so far, and that's a good quick sub for Anthony Stewart. I'm sure he won't keep Craig Moller off for too long, but just needs him to run the last minutes out of this game.
Ball getting moved around here. Short puts up a tough jumper. Now he got fouled and sort of doesn't like the call.
And I just don't. I think there must have been a little bit of leg contact there before Short had landed. So it was a tough one. I think Sam Short played that really well and was able to make the contact look a bit worse than what it was. But there was contact there.
Yes, absolutely. So Sam Short at the line and gets the first one to go. I'll be interested to see what Sam Short really brings to the Ballarat program for the 2021 NBL 1 season. Also, too, hoping he'll get some extended court time in the NBL this season when it does roll into town. Now, substitution being made. Jacob Richards. That was the quickest breather ever.
That was.
For Craig Moller.
It was two foul shots and probably a 10-second break on the clock.
Yeah, pretty much. That's all you needed.
And the standard of the NBL is so high, it's crazy. It's just ridiculous. So to actually make an NBL team now, for Sam Short to get minutes, for Peter Hooley and Craig Moller and all the other guys that are fringe sort of players, it's just a great reward for all their hard work because it is just one of the toughest leagues in the world now. Absolutely.
Moller going for three. Rattles at home. Craig Moller. That's all he needed, Glenn, was just a quick minute off the bench.
Oh, quick 10 seconds.
As Asher goes for the three, and that's short.
And a defensive rebound from Moller.
So Moller doing it all. We'll get his stats for you for full time shortly, folks, as Nichols, as Hobart works their way to a bit of a lead here.
And he really, this is MVP form for Craig Moller. I can't see anyone else in this game taking out the MVP.
Nichols long. Right. Now ball up the floor very quickly. Missed everything. That goes into one of the corporate boxes. And Hobart to get it back. Just quickly, coming back to your thing with the NBL, like Terry said in the podcast on Friday night, it's like once you get your foot in the door, then you could be in that league for years.
Yeah, we look at people like Matty Shanahan, who was a great junior player and stuff, but he won championship after championship. He'd come in and he'd do the right things for his team. He'd hit a big shot. He might not get that many minutes in some games, and other games he gets more. But the Aussie role players have a good future because they just give it their all And they go and get better in the off season, and they do whatever their coach asks. So, and as once that's why Sam Short, he could have gone over to college, but he decided to stay here with Melbourne United. So Melbourne United honoured him, and we're really happy that he did that. And his hard work has allowed him to get minutes in the NBL.
Josh Fox knocks down the mid-range two from the elbow. So Ballarat working their way back into it after leading for most of the game. They are now down as the Chargers have made a bit of a late comeback here in this fourth quarter. Zach White goes up. Can't get that to go. Has a bit of a tangle there, but keeps going. Stewie wanted to foul. Referees didn't see it that way. Usher trying to sprints for a couple. Good defensive play by the Chargers. Musunda off and running will slow it down here as the troops come down, and away we go here on a quick set. So Musunda with King Davis here. Gets the better of him there. Good use, good pass. Radcliffe for the three. Just long. Good O-board by White. Now ball with Nichols. Stewie barking out the instructions. So they're looking to double team here. This should force an open player. But ball goes out of play.
Hobart have really got to move to create that easy pass for Trey Nichols to get to his teammates, so then they can, really work off the double team that's on him. What's a minute 14 left?
Yeah, minute 14 left. Hobart up by 7, Glenn, 91-84.
They really have stepped it up, obviously the scoreboard wise, but Craig Moller's been great. I thought BJ Ratcliffe has hit a couple of big shots that really turned the tide as well. Zach White's had a really consistent game. Trey Nichols has done a good job as well. He hasn't sort of got his 35 like he's capable of doing, but he's really had a good job. I thought Terry Masunda's played well. So the subs have come in and done really well for Hobart as well. And for Ballarat, Peter Hoodie's been, in my eyes, and Usher probably been the standouts. Marvin King Davis has tried hard all day, and Sam Short's had a good game. Pozoglu was pretty good early on. He's sort of a bit quieter as the game's gone on, but he's done a lot of good things, and sort of a bit of a human highlight film from our perspective, I guess. So the talent, definitely a talented side, Ballarat, and they're coming up against Hobart with a really strong crowd, home crowd. So I'm sure that Ballarat will try and get Hobart back with their crowd. That'll give them a few extra points advantage when they play in Ballarat.
Absolutely. All right, Chargers to restart here as both teams come from the timeout. Radcliffe puts up a mid-range, tough two. That missed everything.
I'm just wondering whether that 24-second shot was down then, because I can't imagine Anthony Stewart wanting that shot being taken so quickly.
Good defence there by the Chargers, and they get it back.
He's a very calm coach, isn't he?
He is. Yes, and of course Nathan Cooper-Brown has had some experience obviously in the Australian Junior program as well too, so he's good mates with Craig Moller as well too, but he's working his way through the ranks. He was an assistant coach to Eric Hayes when Eric Hayes was the men's coach for Ballarat as well too. So he's worked his way through the system, and now he's got that head coaching gig there at Ballarat. Of course, the following season, in 2019, he was the head coach at Sandringham. Not sure where he's ended up to now, but he's certainly. Oh, he's working with Basketball Victoria. There you go, in their state program. So
very good, very good.
But yeah, he's a great coach.
Yeah, and he's very it doesn't matter if one of his players makes a mistake or anything. He doesn't make a big deal. He has a quick chat to him and says, look, it's okay. You can't be perfect, but. And he's pretty structured in his play as well, so good on him for progressing to the Basketball Victoria coaching staff.
One of the most calmest interviews I'll ever have in my media career ever. But Moller here, getting double teamed, has to kick it out. Stanwicks, beautiful play. Zach White throws it down. Wham, bam, thank you, bam. We'll throw a JB line there. Timeout being called. And Hobart up by 9 with 41.2 left.
That was a quick, nice play there for young Jack Stanwicks. Got it inside to Moller. Moller quickly got it off. He could have scored, but he got it off. And Zach White with a dunk, got the crowd going, and it's now, a 9-point lead.
Yeah.
So great teamwork from Hobart. And like they really have had the momentum probably since. I guess it's just this last quarter they've taken away, hasn't it?
Yeah, they certainly have, Glenn. I think, as you said, that BJ Radcliffe 3 early on was pretty much the momentum spark. And sometimes it's got to come from your sixth man off that bench. And really, BJ Radcliffe is that sixth man coming off this bench for this team. And for him to step up like that, it's like in juniors with some of the teams I've coached. It just takes one of my bench players to score like some big shot, and all of a sudden the whole team just lifts from that. And I think we saw that with BJ Radcliffe in that crucial 3 early on in the fourth.
And I know that, and it just doesn't have to be about scoring as well, because I know that Jack Stamets played a really good game in the grand final.
Yes.
And, just did the little things, and part of the reason why Hobart was successful in winning the championship was because of some of the work that he did, and it was quite well spoken about by Anthony Stewart that, what a great job young Jack did. So it's good that the players all had their roles, like in every team here.
Peter Hooley with a tough up and under. Foul on the play as the fans are on their feet here for the final 20-odd seconds or 30 seconds.
And Peter Hooley's had a fantastic game as well.
Craig Waller looks like he's fouled out of the game here, Glenn, so Jacob Richards will have to come back in.
And he really played well at both ends of the court. He scored a lot of points, but defensively I thought he stepped up, and rebounds-wise he got a few assists as well. Really was a great player for Hobart, and the crowd would have been very impressed to see probably one of Craig Moller's best games.
A double-double, Glenn, 43 points and 15 rebounds.
Yeah. And many assists?
3, I just think there. Hang on, let me see. 2 assists. Peter Hooley at the line here, crowd making some noise, and gets the second one to go.
And Peter Hooley, he probably had nearly 18 or 20 points by now, I reckon, too. So the game's nearly over.
And I think that, foul on the play. So Hobart going down to the other end here, Glenn.
Yes, I think Dean Vickerman will be very impressed with his Melbourne United players.
Yes.
They've all had really good games tonight, but I just think Hobart were lucky. They just continued to keep playing for 48 minutes, whereas Ballarat, they played so well for 3 quarters and just couldn't hold the charge that the Hobart Chargers put on towards them. So Hobart, they don't lose many games at home, and you can see why. They've got such a big crowd following, and I know that later on in the year they had 2,500 to 3,000 people at games, so it must be hard for opposition teams to come in and play against Hobart, plus with their 6 man as a crowd of 2,000 or 3,000.
So a shot went up by Pozoglu, couldn't get that to go. Another Hail Mary here from Hooley, that didn't go either. So Masunda and Paul, the ball hits Ian Knight there.
Well, I don't think the ball went out then, did it?
No, well, we don't think. 12.6 remaining. Looks like Ballarat will take their last time out. So 93-86 is the scoreline here.
I guess the referee was out of court, so therefore if the ball hits a person out of court.
Referee is part of the floor.
But if he's off the court, that means,
yes, he's out.
That's a good call. Yes.
And it's just one of those unfortunate things.
And it was going to go out anyway. So
yeah, I mean, when you look at it again, it certainly does that way.
Yeah, and it was a good call. So games can. I know it's an 11-point game, but 9-point game, but it's not out of the question for a team to get 9 points in 12.8 seconds, as we've seen in the NBA with Reggie Miller.
Reggie Miller, Tracy McGrady.
Yep. About 17 points in about half a minute, didn't he?
Anything could happen, but I think we can safely call it. I mean, Rex Lorano's got his gold cape on, so that means he knows that a win is imminent. So Ballarat will restart us off here on the other side. On this side, on the broadcast side, sorry. So here
Ballarat,
we go.
it's a tough road trip, so Ballarat will want to try and redeem themselves and try and get the victory over Northwest Thunder the following night.
King Davis missed everything on the 3. Nichols off and running. I think that will do us.
He will hold it.
So, no, he's going to go for a move and gets the 2 to go. High five from Craig Moller. And another timeout. Nathan Cooper Brown wanting to... No, full time, Glenn, full time. So 95-86 was our scoreline.
It was a very good game of basketball. Great sportsmanship from both teams. I think Trey Nichols had a really good game. Probably didn't seem to score as many as what he usually does. I think he had such a lot of pressure on him, but he still would have got around 20 points, wouldn't he?
Well, let's go through some of the top scorers for you now, and let's kick it off with Ballarat, and I'll come to Hobart last, and you can add on to that point. Peter Hooley had 23 points,
very well played,
8 rebounds. Sam Short with 12 points and 5 assists. Nick Pozoglu came in with 12 points and 4 rebounds. And then Josh Fox had 18 points along with 13 rebounds. And then Usher had 11 points and was pretty much, he was only 3 of 8 of shooting from the land of plenty at 37.5%. King Davis had 10 points and 10 rebounds. And Brooks, unfortunately, didn't get to score.
So they had a pretty consistent, a lot of players in double figures there, which was good for Ballarat. I think Usher probably was a bit quiet. He hit a couple of threes, but I think he probably could have scored a few more points for the team and taken it inside a bit more.
Jacob Bridges had 2 points, and then Tim Masunda chipped in with 9. BJ Radcliffe with 10 points, and those crucial 2 3-pointers in that fourth quarter seemed to go 2 of 4 from the land of plenty and 50%. Zach White with 12 points and 10 rebounds. Trey Nichols had 19, Glenn, so you were only 1 off there. He had 4 assists as well too, but it was Craig Moller, 43 points and 15 rebounds. He was pretty much the MVP for that game.
Yeah, standout player, and it was good to see Hobart really capitalised and got the ball to Craig Moller as well. They knew he had the hot hand, as I said, it was really good for the NBL players that play for Melbourne United to play SEABL with their coach in the house not coaching them. So he was able to see it from a different perspective, and I'm sure Dean Vickerman would have been very impressed with those 3 guys, as Perth would have been with Nick Pozoglu, who had a pretty good game as well. So, but I thought that the game was great. I thought the teamwork was fantastic from both sides. It really only took a bit of momentum in the fourth quarter to really change the game. It could have gone either way. So, Peter Hawley did a fantastic job, but Craig Moller was definitely the MVP from our perspective.
Absolutely. A fantastic game all round, and that was a beauty to recall once again, nearly 2 years on from the day of when it was played, and of course we're a week out from the we're a week out when we're recording this from from 2 years, sorry. I keep thinking a year.
2-year anniversary.
Yeah, 2-year anniversary. Thank you very much, Glenn. That will just about wrap us up here, but we better get some quick plugs, otherwise the club will be wondering what's going on. So you can follow the Hobart Chargers on their social media. You can give them a like on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter as Glenn takes the headset off. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Instagram, and you can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well too. So don't forget to keep up to date with all the goings on here at the Hobart Chargers. And of course, you can check out our online store as well too. We'll have the link in the description below. On the YouTube page there, so make sure you check out the merchandise store as well too. A few things for sale while we're in the off season as well too. But on behalf of Glenn Fairfield and our entire hard-working crew here at Chargers TV, I'm Ron Riggs, and we'll see you again soon for another Flashback Friday game.